There's no place like Alaska, anywhere in the world. Here, Mother Earth is still new, yet time is ancient. Here, the beauty of the land will take your breath away. To gain a sense of the majesty of this great land, take a cruise tour with us. We are Holland America, and we've been traversing this country for over 55 years. In these 5 decades, Holland America has acquired the knowledge and experience needed to create the very best cruise and cruise tours offered in the great land. Our people know how to fulfill your personal dream of Alaska because we share it. The natural wonders of Alaska aren't limited to the glacier-studded coast. They exist in the carved valleys, braided rivers, and towering mountains of her vast interior. You can't truly experience everything Alaska and the Yukon have to offer until you journey from the coastline to the heart of the Great Land. The North has been whispering to you all of your life. This is the year for you to take the time to see the natural wonders of Alaska and the Yukon. Alaska. When you hear the name, what do you think of? Mount McKinley? Bears? Glaciers? Wilderness? We know you're coming to Alaska to see all these natural wonders, and they are here in abundance. But remember, this is Mother Nature. The wildlife that shows itself one day may be gone the next. The mountain that is clouded over in the morning could be clear this afternoon. That is why when you're planning your travels to the Great Land, the most important aspect to consider is time. Take your time to see the natural wonders of Alaska and the Yukon. Our cruise tours are created to spend more time in the best places. At Holland America, the key word is you. What is it that you have to take the time to see? What would the perfect cruise tour look like for you? At Holland America, we think your perfect tour must have very specific adventures as part of your journey. Let us show you what we mean on one Holland America cruise tour that includes the best of Alaska and the Yukon. So, what lies beyond the jagged coastline of Alaska? We begin in the modern-day metropolis of Anchorage, a city of contrasts, skyscrapers, and log cabin visitor centers. From Anchorage, Holland America offers many of the optional excursions that can make your Alaska trip unique. For example, by starting your adventure a couple of days early, you can enjoy the incredible Alaskan Resort outside of Anchorage and the gateway to the Kenai Peninsula. Alaskan Resort is the only Alaska hotel property to make the prestigious Gold List for Condé Nast magazine. From Anchorage, Denali is 245 miles to the north. To get there this morning, you board the luxurious, award-winning McKinley Explorer, Holland America's private fully domed rail cars, the world's largest passenger train cars. You're about to journey to Denali National Park and Preserve. Denali is one of those best places. There is nowhere else like this. The park is the size of the state of Massachusetts, yet it only has one single ribbon of road 90 miles into its center. Crowning the park is 20,320-foot Mount McKinley, the tallest mountain in North America. Ancient Alaskans knew it as the Great One. At its feet lives one of the largest concentrations of wildlife to be found anywhere in Alaska. Dall sheep, moose, mountain goats, wolves, caribou, and the master of the land, the grizzly bear. On any Holland America cruise tour you choose, you will come here. We think Denali is such an important place that on 14 itineraries we offer, you will spend an extra day here. We call it Double Denali, and no one else offers as many itineraries that include 2 days at Denali National Park. What's more, Holland America assures that this day is purely yours. No tours scheduled, no trains to meet. Our guests tell us that this day of adventure is one of the Holland America cruise tour values that they appreciate the most. From park ranger talks to whitewater rafting to flight seeing around the mountain itself, Denali National Park is right there at the doorstep of your lodge. Wildlife. Denali National Park is known for its abundance. For the protection of this precious resource, the National Park strictly regulates access over the park road. Know this: there are 2 experiences offered, the Natural History Tour and the longer, much more complete Tundra Wilderness Tour. Today you'll do the Tundra Wilderness Tour. Why? Simple. 71% more wildlife is spotted on this tour than on the much shorter Natural History Tour, the one that the other major cruise tour companies offer. And one more thing. If you're fortunate today, your view of Mount McKinley will be unsurpassed. Where others stop and may only see the top half of North America's highest peak on their Natural History Tour, we continue on and give you the chance to see the entire mountain. The difference between these 2 tours might, well, change you forever. This afternoon, you reboard the McKinley Explorer bound for Fairbanks, nicknamed the Golden Heart City. Founded in the frenzy of the Alaskan gold rushes, Fairbanks is a fascinating blend of native and urban culture. Here the midnight sun shines. But do remember to go to bed, because tomorrow we have an exclusive adventure for you. Holland America's own Gold Dredge number 8. Relive history at this storied camp, restored and listed on the Registry of National Historic Sites. Later, you'll travel the famed Alaska Highway, a road through a wondrous wilderness, but no longer a wilderness road. Spend the night in Tok, the self-proclaimed dog-mushing capital of Alaska, where it's said that Alaskan Huskies easily outnumber the people. And when the sun rises, it's time for an unforgettable ride on the River of Gold, the mighty Yukon. See it all aboard another Holland America exclusive, the Yukon Queen II, the only sightseeing vessel cruising on the Yukon River. The northern expression is coming into the country. You certainly have. Evidence of humans has been swept away, replaced by moose and quaking aspen. Travel through 102 miles of unspoiled wilderness, taking in all the sights and sounds of the Yukon River and the Yukon Territory, a land larger than the state of California, yet boasting less than 30,000 in population. Tonight you'll sleep in historic Dawson City and wake up feeling like you've stepped back in time to unpaved streets, false fronts, and broad wooden boardwalks. Yet the charm of this town is undeniable. Parks Canada's restoration of historic structures will whisk you back to the days of the Klondike Gold Rush. Evening might find you at Diamond Tooth Gertie's. Step right up for a game of chance with a historical twist. On stage, the famous Can-Can, once banned in Paris, is alive and well in the Yukon. Next day, board your deluxe motor coach for a picturesque run down the Klondike Highway. Roll into Whitehorse, the capital of the Yukon. Take in the Frantic Follies, one of the highest-rated rip-roaring shows in the Yukon. And tomorrow, spectacular. Kluane National Park and Preserve. You will be one of the privileged few who will ever visit here. Annually, Kluane gets only a third of the people who visit Denali National Park. Yet, the global importance of this wilderness is so significant, the United Nations recognizes Kluane National Park as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. This morning, a Yukon expert will board to share insights as you travel to Kluane. Learn about this unique mountain kingdom featuring 5 of the 7 tallest peaks in North America and the world's largest non-polar ice field. It's decision time. Holland America has arranged a wide variety of day options from mild to wild. For many, a Parks Canada interpreter will be your personal guide. Flight see the Kluanie's massive ice fields. Heli-hike into alpine meadows. Shoot the rapids of the untamed Tatshenshini River. Search for wildlife on a guided hike. Or simply sit by a mountain lake enjoying a Parks Canada presentation. Now it's time to return to Whitehorse. Tomorrow, it's Skagway. All aboard the White Pass and Yukon Railroad. You'll follow in the footsteps of the gold rush of '98 on a narrow-gauge railroad, an engineering miracle in its time. Travel through the Rocky Mountains' most northern pass, arriving at Klondike Gold Rush Historical Park in Skagway, Alaska. Skagway was known as the rough-and-tumble jumping-off point for get-rich-quick prospectors in 1898. From boardwalk to false fronts, Skagway has been restored by the National Park Service to those rustic days gone by. Today's your day. Tour the art galleries, cafes, and shops. Or maybe take wing into the wilderness. Optional flight-seeing tours await to view magnificent Glacier Bay National Park from the air. All of the great land has been an adventure. But now it's time to leave the interior behind and set sail. Welcome aboard. Tonight, enjoy the first evening aboard your Alaska cruise of a lifetime with Holland America. Relax in your spacious stateroom, 25% larger on average than other premium cruise ships. We're at your service, night and day. In the morning, Glacier Bay National Park. Mammoth glaciers surround you, one after another. You'll glide up fjords of mirrored waters, cruise by ice walls of cerulean blue. Holland America Line's 5-star ships visit Glacier Bay more often than any other cruise company. Why? We have far and away the most permits to enter this regulated wonderland because we believe it's that important to you. A National Park Ranger is here to point out the wonders that lay before you. And for a different perspective, a native Hoona guest speaker offers insight about the spiritual meaning of this ancient land. Throughout your visit to Glacier Bay, deck stewards are standing by with woolly blankets and a cup of hot chocolate. Find the perfect place along the uncrowded rail to pause and reflect. This afternoon, you leave Glacier Bay and glide along Alaska's Inside Passage. Tomorrow's port of call, Ketchikan, where options abound. Flight seeing through Misty Fjords National Monument, or sport fishing in Alaska's salmon capital. Tour Saxman Village, the world-famous center for Tlingit totem pole carving. Back on board, enjoy an Alaska native artisan demonstrating crafts handed down for generations. This is Holland America's exclusive Artist-in-Residence program. Now it's time to just cruise for a while, winding our way down through narrow fjords filled with spectacular scenery. This traditional passage holds many natural wonders of its own, from eagles to whales to old-growth forested islands. Our onboard naturalist will help make your journey through the Inside Passage remarkable, right up through your arrival to Vancouver, British Columbia. Sound wonderful? It is. But consider this. That was only one of the 25 diverse cruise tours we recommend. At Holland America, we take great pride in offering the widest selection of cruises and cruise tours of anyone touring the Great Land to fulfill your dream, not only with great itineraries and custom options, but also by offering great value. When making your travel plans to Alaska, consider these critical points. 1. Holland America offers more Denali National Park. We offer more time at Denali National Park than any other major cruise tour company. 14 cruise tours include our Double Denali feature, an extra unscheduled day at the park. And all our itineraries include the complete Tundra Wilderness Tour. 2. Holland America offers more Glacier Bay, more departures than anyone else, period. 3. All Holland America tours feature the McKinley Explorer, the world's newest and largest passenger-domed rail cars. 4. We are the only tour company to offer the stunning wilderness and raucous history of the fabled Yukon Territory, including spectacular Kluane National Park. And 5, the readers of Condé Nast and the editors of the Ocean and Cruise News consistently rank Holland America as the highest-rated premium cruise line. We have more awards than any other cruise company in the North. These are the Holland America extra touches that are designed to give you the Alaska vacation you've always dreamed about. Just remember, take your time. The North has been whispering to you all of your life. This is the year for you to take the time to see the natural wonders of Alaska and the Yukon with Holland America.
Through the years at Holland America Line, we've taken pride in bringing our passengers impeccable service, smooth sailing, a tradition of excellence unparalleled in the industry. And while much can be said for consistency, there comes a time when we all hear the calling to discover new oceans, to chart a new course, which is why it is with great pleasure that we announce, in the storied history of Holland America Line, a new chapter is about to unfold. Presenting the next step in cruising with our two ships, the MS Volendam and the MS Zaandam. We've anticipated your every need and desire. Our award-winning staff has rededicated itself to your right of choice, to indulge your inclinations or pursue your preference. Whatever your cup of tea, rest assured, the Holland America standard of service will never go out of style. It's the evolution of cruising, as relevant today as it will be tomorrow. A contemporary cruise aboard a classic ship for discriminating explorers like you. So sit back and relax, or go off on an excursion. Do whatever your heart desires, because the Holland America experience is whatever you want to make it. On the MS Zaandam and the MS Volendam, it's full speed ahead into the new millennium. It's no secret, more people are cruising today than ever before. But if we were to ask you, or you, or even you, what's the best thing about cruising, we'd probably end up with hundreds of different answers. Because the best thing about cruising is there's so much to choose from. On the Volendam and Zaandam, we've taken that to heart. From the moment you step aboard, it's abundantly clear there are more options, more choices. Whatever your definition of fun, there's something for everyone. Every lifestyle, every day. But don't think for a moment that means sacrificing quality or service. Our high standards of excellence are firmly intact. All the charm, elegance, and timeless quality, they're all time-honored traditions at Holland America. And one of the main reasons that we traditionally win the best value in cruising from the World Ocean and Cruise Liner Society. We feel our service is second to none, and you seem to agree. We are consistently rated among the world's best cruise lines by the readers of Condé Nast Traveler and Travel and Leisure. So why tamper with success? Because you deserve it. Our job is to make sure that every one of you has every opportunity to have the vacation you've always dreamt of, and we love our job. That's why we've designed both our new Volendam and Zaandam with lots of new activities in mind. Any moment, any day, there are any number of ways to have fun. The choice is yours, right down to your style of decor. For example, the Volendam has perhaps a more genteel theme overall. In fact, it's blooming throughout the ship. Flowers from the 17th century to the 21st, as well as antiques, fabrics, doors, and other fun and colorful design elements, artistically arranged for your viewing pleasure. Then, in the heart of the ship, in our traditional three-tier oval atrium, the magic begins with a majestic, wonder-filled, light-intensive sculpture designed to appear as if it's the world's largest kaleidoscope. And that's just one of the hidden treasures. Literally everywhere you look, the Volendam is a work of art. We've surrounded you with an art collection worth more than $2 million. Why? Because in our opinion, the passion of art brings out the passion of living. And for many, one of the greatest passions in life is music. So on the Zaandam, we've chosen a slightly different direction. On display throughout the Zaandam, walk among musical legends. Guitars of the superstars, jazz, blues, pop, and rock. From the Fender Squier Telecaster signed by Mick Jagger and the Rolling Stones, to the Stratocaster signed in silver ink by Queen. There's even a Les Paul guitar autographed by Les and a few of his friends, Buddy Guy, Carlos Santana, and B.B. King. Music and memorabilia deck the halls on the Zaandam. Whether in prominent displays or in overall decor, like that of the Seaview Lounge, for example, we've carried the theme right down to the most minute details, up to and including the wall and window treatments. But if after all that, our musical theme still seems a bit subtle, a trip to the atrium might be in order. The halls will be alive with the sound of music from this 22-foot tall pipe organ designed in the tradition of great cathedrals with just a touch of Dutch street organ thrown in for good measure. Even the puppets move to the beat of this musical Dutch treat. As you can see, there are a few differences between the Zaandam and the Volendam, but only on the surface. The layout is exactly the same. Whatever ship you take, with Holland America, cruising is about casting aside the stress of the workaday world and doing what you like as you set sail to new adventures. Cruises have long been thought of as a romantic getaway, walking hand in hand, the wind in your hair. And if that's what you want, we can do it better than anyone. But times change, and so does your family. If the biggest question you have about cruising is, what do we do with the kids? Simple. Bring them along. We have an entire program specifically designed with children in mind. So you'll never hear those four little words that parents dread around the world.
Are we there yet?
On Holland America cruises, kids have their own private clubhouse in the Sky Room Children's Play Facility. And don't miss the video room. Here, kids can play and you're free to do what you like. By the way, the kids' stuff doesn't end when we make port. There are many just for kids shore excursions as well, including tours for tweens and teens. One new room that kids and parents can both enjoy is the website on the upper promenade. All 8 computer terminals are fully connected, so you can check your email, the stock market, or surf the net, for pleasure or if absolutely necessary, for business. But remember, this is your vacation. Indulge yourself. At the Ocean Spa, for instance. In keeping with the growing demand for spa treatments among our guests, we've redesigned the ocean spas on both the Volendam and the Zaandam. Instead of the usual 4 fully stocked spa rooms, we now have 6 rooms. each with its own private shower and washroom facilities, all the better to pamper you with. 2 of these spa rooms are wet rooms, featuring such popular treatments as our Alpha Health Capsule, seaweed wraps, and mud treatments. And if you're the type who never misses a workout, even on vacation, then Holland America's passport to fitness is just the ticket. We've added more area in the gym for aerobics, plus all the treadmills, bikes, stair steppers, rowing machines, free weights, and other weight training machines to ensure you never miss a beat. Later on, who knows? Your options are open. You might want to stop into the full-service beauty salon or try out our dual saunas and steam rooms. But the room you're probably most interested in at the moment is your stateroom. Remember our motto, choices. 81% of our rooms are ocean view or veranda staterooms designed for your pleasure, to give you all the benefits of light and great views outside and all the comforts of home inside. Beginning on our 3 lower decks, the Volendam and Zondam offer standard inside staterooms with 2 lower beds, which can be converted to 1 queen-size bed, plus a bathroom with a shower. At Holland America, you'll be cruising in comfort. If you prefer a little more space and an open view, our standard ocean view outside staterooms may be more to your liking, equipped with both a shower and bath. For the physically challenged, 23 staterooms have been equipped with wheelchair accessibility, extra room to maneuver, and special bathrooms. One thing everyone seems to want in a stateroom is space. In answer to many requests, the Volendam and Zondam now offer more deluxe veranda mini-suites than ever before, 168 to be exact, all with floor-to-ceiling windows. All of our staterooms offer a multi-channel music system, closed-circuit TV, telephone with voicemail and wake-up call service, a nice, cozy sitting area, and a built-in hairdryer. But in our spacious mini-suites, you'll also be treated to a TV with VCR, a whirlpool bath, refrigerator, minibar, and of course, you'll also have your own private veranda. Want even more room? Right this way to the navigation deck, where you'll find one of our suites with all the comforts of our mini-suites, only larger. A full-sized sitting area, for example, and 2 beds now convertible to 1 spacious king-size bed, your own dressing room, and a sofa bed large enough for 2. And finally, if you really want to go in style, both the Volendam and the Zondam offer exclusive penthouse suites, 1,126 square feet in the lap of luxury. Enjoy your own private living room, dressing room, dining room, pantry, master bedroom with master bath. There's even a guest bathroom. One word of advice though, book early. There's only 1 penthouse suite per cruise. In designing our new ships, one thing that our guests said they wanted was easy access to all decks and activities. So on the Volendam and Zondam, wherever you are, you'll never be more than 130 feet away from a staircase and elevator, making it easy to go off exploring one of the 10 passenger decks. Whichever ship you choose, your experiences may vary. And visually, of course, there are differences. But like our service, some decorative touches have become Holland America traditions. For example, our dolphin sculptures, a moment in time caught in mid-flight over the pool, and artwork throughout the ship to celebrate life to the fullest. Speaking of fullest, that reminds me, great food whenever you want it is the hallmark of a Holland America cruise. When we asked our guests how we could improve in this area, guess what they said?
Options.
Your wish is our command. If you're feeling adventurous, explore the Marco Polo, where we've taken alternative dining to an art form. Not formal, not casual. It's Italian. So there's one thing you can be sure of. It's going to be an evening full of good friends and good food. On the Volendam, the Marco Polo is decorated from top to bottom with art. You name it. drawings, etchings, prints, everything from Matisse to Picasso. For the Zaandam, we've found an amazing collection of 17th century still life paintings. Still, the atmosphere is just a warm-up because here comes the star of the evening, pollo all'aglio e rosmarino. The California-style Italian cuisine is a great new alternative dining experience. On occasion, when the evening calls for something a little more traditional, we have just what you're looking for. A renaissance of fine dining awaits you in the Rotterdam dining room. The mood lighting will set your heart aglow, from the intricately crafted chandeliers to the fiber optic stars. We'll light up your night, all in the name of romance and elegant cuisine. Continuing on with our theme of choices, if you feel like something a little more casual one night, the Lido offers relaxed dining with a piano serenade. Then, bright and early every morning, the Lido is open for breakfast with fresh squeezed orange juice and something to fill nearly every craving. Of course, there are alternatives. There's a full sit-down breakfast being served in the dining room. And when you're on the go, the Java Bar is a lighter way to get your morning started. Who can turn down a complimentary latte, frothy cappuccino, or mocha with whipped cream? Then, you're ready to face the morning. It's going to be a great day. And before you know it, it'll be lunchtime with sizzling selections available by the pool. Casual sit-down fare at the Lido, or al fresco. And once again, the dining room is open for lunch. And if for any reason you miss or skip lunch, there's comfort in knowing that wherever you are, chances are there's a meal or a snack or complimentary hors d'oeuvres. Or how about a trip to the ice cream bar? Great food, whenever you want it, is one of the best parts about cruising. After sailing all night, morning usually signals coming into port, and you know what that means: excursions. It's time for your day trip. Once again, options are the name of the game. We have an excursion for every ability, every lifestyle. You plan your day. We'll take care of the details. From a glacier tour in Alaska to our own private island at Half Moon Cay, options abound. Running, walking, whatever floats your boat. To catch the true flavor of the places we visit, you might want to spend the afternoon wandering through the markets or hiking through the mountains, exploring the coast. All of our destinations are chosen for their versatility. Ideal for beachcombers, water sports, outdoor enthusiasts, nature lovers. A perfect day ashore in your own private paradise. Always remember, it's your vacation. Do what you want to do. If that means staying on the ship, great! Our cruise staff is always standing by to come up with suggestions and give you ideas. There's always the pool, where you can read, catch some rays, catch some Z's, cool off, or warm up. The area around the pool has a retractable glass magradome roof overhead, and right up there by the roof, that's where you'll also find the sports deck, with a dual-purpose tennis volleyball court and a running track. Plenty of activities to keep you busy. For example, the adjoining Half Moon and Hudson rooms are the perfect spot for playing cards or private functions. Or maybe, for you, silence is golden. I know a place where I can guarantee you'll find peace and quiet. It's the Erasmus Library, where you can browse through a current copy of your favorite magazine, catch up on your letter writing on our complimentary stationery, or read the newspaper in peace. Stay as long as you want, or at least until you hear the call of the wild. For some people, hands down, the most favorite shipboard activity of all is shopping. In the tradition of fine sailing ships down through the ages, the promenade and upper promenade decks will more than satisfy your search for buried treasures, duty-free. Later on, as another full day is coming to a close, the good news is nighttime's just getting started. It's showtime. Talk about the best of off-Broadway. On the Volendam, The Frans Hals Show Lounge was designed in the Art Deco style of the Jugendstil, made famous by the Tuschinski Theater in Amsterdam. On the Zaandam, it's more abstract. The Mondrian Lounge, named after Dutch abstract painter Piet Mondrian, is all bright lights and contrast. And if you think these two-level show lounges are gorgeous before the show, wait till they turn out the lights. Hard to believe that right here on our stage, out here at sea, you have tickets to a performance every night. From Las Vegas extravaganzas to Broadway revues, you might even catch a headliner or two. And who knows what they may have planned for the revolving stage? Lifts and the big finish? What do you think? Are you feeling lucky? Then go directly to the casino on the Upper Promenade, where all your games of chance are open for business when the ship's at sea. Why stop now? You're on a roll. That's cruising for you. Your options are always open. Alternatives, day or night. Take the Wayang Theater, for example. You'll find guest lecturers, religious services, and current movies free. Even the popcorn. You see how this works? It's all up to you. Your choice. One night, you may just want to take a walk out on deck. Then share a brandy and small talk at the Ocean Bar. And when was the last time you had a Dutch Grand Café? The painting is in the Seaview Lounge on the Volendam. This is the kind of place where, before you know it, everyone knows your name. Any night you like, you can sit back and enjoy the show or sing along. It's all up to you. Any requests? Relax. You're on cruise time now. Living the cruise lifestyle. And you know what that means. Sun and fun. On a 10-day cruise to the Caribbean. Or the adventure of a lifetime on a 7-day cruise to Alaska. And that's only the beginning. Come aboard and see the next step in the evolution of cruising. On the MS Volendam and the MS Zaandam, all we're missing is you.
There are moments when we need for things to slow down. Not a lot, but long enough for our eyes to take in the wonder, to absorb and remember this crossing of paths. Not sure of how or why, we somehow know we're better off than we were just a few minutes ago. It would be nice to think that they feel the same way. There are moments when the images simply go beyond our ability to describe, and so we're left without words. Observing nature requires patience and a bit of luck. In the wilderness, wanting is not enough. There are no timetables, no scheduled events. And when you least expect it, the reward is abundantly paid. It also helps if you're in the right place at the right time. We know the place. It's called Alaska. And when you travel with Holland America, we promise to give you time. Holland America Line offers 2 basic cruise itineraries that feature the awe-inspiring beauty of Alaska's coastline. Our Glacier Bay Inside Passage cruises depart from Vancouver, British Columbia, sailing to Juneau, Skagway, Glacier Bay National Park, Ketchikan, and returning to Vancouver. Our Glacier Discovery cruises sail from Vancouver, cruise the Inside Passage to Ketchikan, Juneau, and Sitka, then on to the Great Glaciers of South Central Alaska. To Yakutat Bay, home of the impressive Hubbard Glacier, then to Valdez, College Fjord, and Seward. Glacier Discovery cruises also operate in reverse, sailing from Seward to Vancouver. Whichever itinerary you choose, you'll savor 7 days of dramatic scenery and 5-star luxury. The gateway to Alaska and the Yukon is Vancouver, British Columbia. In a single word, it's a city alive. A multicultural gathering place filled with beautiful parks, delightful historic sections, a world-renowned aquarium, and the second-largest Chinatown in North America. Visitors, along with residents, enjoy the bustle of a city that has found its place. A few days in Vancouver before or after your cruise will be time well spent. The perfect addition to your Alaska cruise. Here you step aboard the world of Holland America, a world of truly classic cruising, filled with art collections, teak decks, superb dining, and unsurpassed service. The only 5-star fleet cruising to Alaska. You will be personally escorted to your stateroom. You have chosen from a wide variety of well-appointed accommodations. You'll enjoy herbal soaps, shampoos, and lotions, plush towels, a fresh fruit basket that's filled every day. And we've made sure that there's more than enough closet and drawer space for 2. Your stateroom will become your home away from home. There's room to relax, room to enjoy those quiet moments together. After you've settled in, it's time to go on deck for one of the great traditions of cruising. Few things in travel rival the departure of a great ship from port. As you leave Vancouver behind, the distinctive harbor and the city's skyline prove worthy of the event. Your ship turns north, and the adventure begins. Like an endless ribbon of mirrors, the Inside Passage unwinds its calm beauty. All about you is pleasing to the eye. Your first full day of cruising is everything it should be, tranquil and relaxing. Time to put your mind and body at ease. You sail a waterway bordered by forests, islands, and inlets. And our naturalist is with you to describe the how and why of nature's way. In 1880, a Tlingit chief named Cowie led prospectors Joe Juneau and Richard Harris along the Gastineau Channel. Within hours of beaching their canoes, they found gold. The mining town boomed, and Juneau was born. Today, it's a town that many describe as the most beautiful capital in the nation. Certainly the largest, at 3,108 square miles. You'll feel at home wandering the streets of downtown's historic district, filled with colorful storefronts, quaint shops, and the delightful architecture of another era. Time travel is possible, just around the corner. "13 miles north lies Mendenhall Glacier, part of the Juneau ice field. We offer 2 approaches to this frozen spectacle. You can view it from the nearby visitor center, or you can take a helicopter and travel back to the Ice Age. Fly past 1,000-foot waterfalls and towering ice spires. Only from above do you begin to grasp the size of the glacier. This is a real once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. How many chances do you get to walk on a glacier? With appetites whetted, it's time for dinner. How about freshly grilled salmon, authentically prepared and served with all the trimmings? Another Holland America option. After dining, plenty of time for nature walks or just taking it all in. They come easy here. There's lots to see and do in Juneau that we haven't mentioned, like great sport fishing, gold panning, and river rafting. And with Holland America, you have lots of time. Nearly 100 years ago, Skagway was the gateway to the gold rush. Located in a national park, it offers great walking tours as soon as you dock. The beautifully restored historic buildings and wide boardwalks invite you to stroll back in history or enjoy some of the best shopping in Alaska. Travel back in time through the streets once filled with prospectors, past the oldest hotel in Alaska, the historic railroad museum, the rich history of a boomtown. Surrounded by snow-capped mountains, the streets are alive with colorful, friendly people. This is a great place to relive the past and have some fun. Daybreak in Alaska. It will forever color your impression of what a sunrise should be. Early risers scattered here and there, beguiled by the light, find a quiet serenity. Time to think and plan or talk, perhaps like you haven't done in years. But today is not like any other. Today is exceptional. A kaleidoscope of scenery and wildlife appear at every turn as the ship moves closer to its destination. A national park ranger boards our ship to explain this remarkable area. Seals resting on rocks. Whales breaching off the starboard side. Snow-capped mountain ranges seem endless. This is like no place you've been before. At first, the captain's skill goes unnoticed, but slowly the realization sets in. Full stop. Glacier Bay. It's quiet. Very quiet. On deck, things begin to happen. Guests move about, searching for the perfect spot. Some settle in quickly, showing the expertise of veterans. Others change their minds. Eyes move from place to place across a giant curtain of ice, seeking any clue that might give up the secret. Anticipation is high. Something's in the air. You can sense it on the back of your neck. One of nature's most awesome displays, right before your eyes. A union of sight and sound so compelling that once experienced is never forgotten. Today was exceptional. And as the ship moves on, stories of the big one off starboard are recounted from stateroom to promenade deck, and another memory is born. Like giant sentinels, they stand guard over 10,000 years of native Alaskan culture. The images are often misunderstood. Rather than idol worship, as the missionaries thought, the poles recorded family history, legends, and marriages. Ketchikan contains two of Alaska's premier collections of totem poles. North of town lies Totem Bight State Park, containing the most photographed poles in the region, along with an authentic tribal house. Just south of town, Saxman Totem Park has the largest collection in southeast Alaska. The highlight of downtown Ketchikan is strolling about Creek Street. With its wooden boardwalk on stilts and postcard looks, it draws everyone with a camera. It's also at the heart of a rowdy history, a time during the 20s and 30s when the rough-living loggers and fishermen frequented the brothels. Today, the shops and galleries provide gifts and a glimpse into the past. Ketchikan also offers the premiere viewing of 2.2 million acre Misty Fjords National Monument. Alaska floatplane is the only way to go. Flight seeing lets you soar over steep granite walls, island waterways, and cascading waterfalls. Then land at a high mountain lake or remote bay. Tonight, your letter home will read like Hemingway. Mornings begin with breakfast, and you have lots of choices. In bed, simply because you deserve it. Our elegant main dining room. The carefree atmosphere of the Lido restaurant, a casual dining alternative where the selections seem endless. Or out on deck, where earthbound cares dissolve and the serenity is almost tangible. All through the day, it's like finding another world, a world where you decide what will make it perfect. There's lots to do, always something exciting going on. Deck sports, ice carving, horse races. And how long have you wanted to learn a new dance step? Class starts at 10. And you'll probably want to fit in a few exercises to keep in shape. Why not? Our Passport to Fitness program is open to everyone. Of course, the other side of the coin is just as appealing. Take in a movie. Drop by the library. Pick up a good read, then straight to a deck chair. Treat yourself to a massage
There's two different races of orcas. One race...
Or attend a lecture by the naturalist. Peruse the museum-quality antiques that line the walls and follow it up by creating your own piece of art at the ice cream bar.
Can I have some vanilla ice cream?
And because children don't always share an adult's opinion of what's fun, each cruise offers a youth program, which is designed to keep the younger set entertained. For your convenience, our ships operate as cashless societies. Your signature is all that's needed for any purchase. And tipping is not required. We believe that the best service is genuine and unconditional. Afternoons in Alaska seem to brighten all the colors. You step out on deck and walk into a painting with a scale beyond imagination. By now, you've become friends with our staff. The first thing you notice is the smile and a genuine concern for your well-being. They consider the care and keeping of our guests to be an honored profession. Our staff has a reputation for friendly and unparalleled service, consistently being awarded 5 stars by travel writers who know what the best must be. But big promises are easy to keep. Their ability to deliver on the small ones, the personal everyday things, is distinctively Holland America. Your waiter remembers that you like a half cup of coffee while looking over the menu. The barman recalls your favorite drink, shaken, not stirred. And at night, your cabin steward leaves the extra pillow. For them, the difference has always been the details. Imagine yourself with this staff aboard these ships in Alaska. What more could you ask of a perfect world? How about affordable? Experienced travelers have voted Holland America Line the best overall cruise value time and time again. For singles, couples, or family vacations, our Great Alaska Cruises will show you that excellence doesn't mean expensive. If the thought of seeing massive glaciers and picturesque coastal towns appeals to your sense of adventure, then our 7-day glacier discovery cruises are the perfect choice. For 126 years, the Russians occupied the southern coast of Alaska, from 1741 to 1867. Their descendants have carried on their traditions and legends. Russian heritage continued to thrive in one town called St. Archangel Michael, then renamed New Archangel. When the American flag went up in October of 1867, the town took the name we know it by today, Sitka. Things of interest seemed to fill this little place, rich in the history of two cultures. By Russian standards, 1867 wasn't that long ago, and the culture is still alive and well represented in Sitka, most prominently by St. Michael's Cathedral. The church holds some of the most valued Russian icons in the country, and its distinctive dome has become a landmark. There's also time for nature here. A tour of the Raptor Rehabilitation Center will acquaint you with eagles and owls.
And she's a great horned owl. She came to us from Petersburg, Alaska. She was a gunshot victim.
And you'll discover how injured birds are taught to fly again. A good example of man giving nature a helping hand. The Raptor Rehabilitation Center is just one of the many organizations Holland America Line supports, whose missions are focused on preserving and caring for the environment. Holland America is the official cruise line of the Nature Conservancy, forming a partnership with the purpose of protecting the marine ecosystem. Flowing for over 90 miles through Wrangell-St. Elias National Park is the mighty Hubbard Glacier. It's an advancing glacier and has been doing so for more than 100 years. As we sail into Yakutat Bay and approach this 6-mile-long wall of ice, our onboard naturalist will be there to answer all your questions and provide valuable information about the longest of North America's glaciers. Relax and enjoy. This is a big one.
One link in the so-called Ring of Fire. And soon, the ice band created by the mighty Hubbard Glacier walled off Russell Fjord and created a freshwater lake that stood at 8 feet.
Located on Prince William Sound is the lovely town of Valdez. One look and you understand why it's called the Little Switzerland of Alaska. For many visitors, one of the main attractions is the Alyeska Pipeline Terminal. Located at the harbor, it's the final stage of the Trans-Alaska Pipeline. For others, the highlight is a river rafting adventure. The waves come in all sizes, and so do the rafters. It's family adventure for young and the young at heart. From Valdez, you'll cruise to College Fjord. The 20-mile inlet is located within the Chugach National Forest, where 16 retreating glaciers have produced some of Alaska's most breathtaking landscapes. This geological phenomenon is responsible for the steep cliffs and the spectacular fjords which shape the coastlines. But the order of the day is glacier watching, and this is a bonanza. From College Fjord, your ship sails for the town of Seward, where you'll disembark. Perhaps as one journey comes to an end, another is about to begin. Mother Nature used the biggest brush she had in creating this masterpiece, Alaska. And we know that to truly experience its wonders, you need to leave the water and reach inside. As you cross this wonderland, it's always in comfort, and comforting to know you're traveling with the very best in the business. Nearly half a century of experience and a staff of over 2,000 assures you the same personal attention and service on land that Holland America is famous for at sea. Alaska is a large state, so an unmatched variety of cruise tour itineraries have been designed to show you what you want to see. We know the trails that wander through out-of-the-way places where wildlife live. We take you to the glaciers, fjords, and rivers. If history is on your mind, let us show you the way to yesterday. From Anchorage to the Arctic, from the Bering Sea to the Yukon, Holland America West Tours has a land adventure to match your wildest dreams. As twilight covers ship and sea, evening begins to unfold. And on board the ships of Holland America, you'll discover it's a lovely way to spend an evening. A familiar sound is heard. Elegance is waiting. The warm atmosphere of the main dining room graciously invites you in. Spotless crystal, Rosenthal china, and the feel of silver in your hand are reminders that excellence never goes out of style. But style is nothing without substance. And our chefs, members all of the prestigious Confrérie de la Chaîne de Rôtisseurs, continue to provide the most extensive menus at sea. Selections for every taste and any mood. There's an old saying that 65% of every great meal is conversation. Amid surroundings like these, tales are told, plans are made, and new friends are found. But good conversation has a way of continuing, and a perfect spot is always waiting for you in one of our gracious lounges. When the silence of romance needs intimacy, there are hideaways just for the two of you. Add in some music, and you'll start thinking that this night has some real possibilities. It's still early. You're on holiday. Live a little, dance a lot. If you need a break, watch for a while. Every evening, a different, exciting performance. Broadway reviews, comedians, and specialty acts from around the world. And the best part? No tickets required.
Did they like us? Did they like us?
Like the early miners, you take your chances on striking it rich. But your odds are a lot better. While the midnight buffets are legendary, once each cruise, the chefs strain every fiber of your willpower with the dessert extravaganza. Delicious delicacies in every size, shape, and description. The accepted advice is to decide before you start, one piece or three. After this, a stroll on deck is definitely recommended. The shadows have lengthened and gone, yet the light still lingers. Not day, not night, but caught in a gentle in-betweenness of pale blue. They call it the midnight sun. And a soft beauty seems to surround everyone touched by its glow. Romance is once again ageless. It's time for looking back, and what a time it has been. You've done it all. You've taken the ancient paths that future travelers will someday walk. You've gratefully accepted and will carry for a lifetime the gifts of Alaska, and you'll always want to come back. The soul has a compass, and now you know it points north. From everyone at Holland America, we invite you to join us on a great Alaska cruise, and we can share the wonder together.